My mom, as a rabbi's wife, had seen how hard rabbis work, and she didn't want me to have a hard life. I have a seizure disorder. For much of my life, it wasn't a big problem for me, but in my last years of work, I think it was a mix of overload and stress and exhaustion. My seizures just became very frequent and uncontrollable. I'm from Rochester, New York. I went to school part-time and I worked part-time for a number of years and decided to become a rabbi. I was 14. And I told my dad, who was a rabbi, and he laughed and laughed, and he said, "Women can't be rabbis." You know, my parents, neither of them approved of it. My dad got to like it sooner than my mom did. But I would say, by the time I was almost 2/3 of the way through, they'd adjusted. People were very poor, and I was making soup for people, and I taught Hebrew school and religious school, and one morning I was sitting by the lake, and I just realized that rabbis get to do all the things that I was doing, and that I really felt touched by them. I was ordained in 89, and I came to Boulder in 94. So I've been here ever since. I have a seizure disorder, and for much of my life, it wasn't a big problem for me, but in my last years of work, I think it was a mix of overload and stress and exhaustion. My seizures just became very frequent and uncontrollable. It made it hard for me to work. It made it hard for me to do anything. And at a certain point, the congregation, in the nicest way, the leadership came to me and they said, "You know, you have to retire, and we're going to help you." It was good. It was a good idea. It's just I was pretty depressed for a few years. You know, the first 2 years were really very strange, and I missed it. I missed being on the pulpit so much. Now, it feels very good. I'm doing a good amount of volunteering and gardening. I'm not allowed to drive anymore, and I was having a hard time getting around. And one of the things that was most important in my life were going to physical therapy and getting to medical appointments. And I was working with a caseworker, and she said, "Well, what about calling VIA?" It allows me to do critical things in my life. It allows me not to be alone at home all the time. Well, it's a kind of freedom. The drivers are so interesting and so compassionate and kindly. My balance was really bad for a while. Everybody has been so conscious of me not falling. You know, nobody gets on the bus and then just sits there. That's real community. It's been really wonderful for me.